We are live now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our second live stream of today. It's part of our Mouth Secrets Dialogue series, which looks at the intersections of oral health and reproductive justice. My name is Kriti. I am the communications intern for NAPOF Arizona. That's National Asian Pacific American Women's Forum Arizona chapter. I use she, her pronouns. And I am here joined today by the lovely Dorothy Galata from Black Nurses Association, Greater Phoenix area. Welcome, Dorothy.
Thank you very much. I just want to give you a little background of the Black Nurses Association. Our chapter here in Arizona was established in 1976. So as you can see, we've been around for a little time. I've been an active member for the past 20 years. If you could put the slide up and we can get started.
Dorothy will be presenting some slides for us today, so take it away.
Okay. One of the things that I'm going to be presenting today is Advancing Health Equity in Arizona Oral Health Initiative. Next slide, please. Why is oral health so important? Next. One of the things that we're looking at with oral health, we're using the holistic approach. Periodontal disease has numerous risk factors. One of them, as you can see, would be a stroke, heart disease, diabetes, perinatal issues. And one of the reasons why that you would develop the stroke or have a problem is because of the bacteria that's in your mouth. It breaks off, becomes plaque, and is carried through the bloodstream. One of the lectures that is presented within the community is that I will go into depth about how this occurs. At present, I am going to only address perinatal disease. Next slide. One of the things with the perinatal disease that when you're doing the lecture, the mothers, they bring their kids with them a lot of times. And I have a slide like this where a picture is worth 1,000 words. And as you can see, there is a YouTube video that goes along with it, where it demonstrates just how the tooth decay process is carried on within the bloodstream. Do you have any questions that you wanted to address to me at this time?
I think I'm gonna wait and learn and ask my questions later, but
okay.
I'm already learning a lot. So
okay, and one of the things with the mothers, most of the time the pregnancies are not planned. So this is one of the reasons why you have to, once you find out that you are pregnant, that you want to go to the dentist right away, get checked, the same way that you'd be going for your prenatal care. Can you get the next slide? Some of the treatment tips, because we want to be able to see the dentist during the first trimester. They can pick and find out things that are going on where that it could be resolved early in the pregnancy. A lot of times the mothers, they're not even aware that they have periodontal disease or gingivitis, and they could be treated early. If the mother has not gone and have a dentist to go to in the second trimester, that you want to think about being exposed to other risk factors and how this can affect the fetus. One of the problems that you're having is that the bacteria can enter the bloodstream and it could be carried to the baby. And a lot of mothers are not aware of this. And so we want to make sure that we educate the mothers, because the bacteria can cause low birth rate, premature birth, and miscarriages. And you can also, one of the things that I want to stress and make sure that the mothers know, that you can still be treated during your pregnancy. Don't say, oh, I'm pregnant, I can't go to the dentist, he can't take care of me. Because of that, you can be taken care of, and you need to establish a center that you can go to that has the dentist there, or a dental school where a lot of mothers have a problem, and the cost factor. And there are out there, we have a list of dentists that you can go to that will see you. You have a dental school that you can go to. So it's very important for the mother to get in and be treated right away. Next slide. Now, I put this slide in here. This is one of the health fairs that we've been doing in the past. As you can see, that this is the 8th annual health fair. This year, because of the virus, we wasn't able to do it. But one of the things that I like about this is that I was able to use the dental school, the Midwest Dental School. Has been very, very helpful. They have the philosophy of going out into the community and helping. They will come, they do the exam, they do the referral, and this is at no cost. So this is very important. This is at a church-based facility. One of the reasons why I put the Spanish flyer up as well as the English flyer. This is in the Roosevelt district, and I went to this where I was able to go and pass these flyers out to all the schools in South Phoenix, where they would be able to come to the church on that day. And not only did they have the Black Nurses Association there, they had where you can do mammograms, they had the Phoenix Police Department, they had all kind of vendors that was there. And this has been going on. This would have been the 9th year, but unfortunately, we wasn't able, to do it because of the virus. So that one of the things that we do is within the community that we go to the leaders where the community is meeting together. It could be faith-based. It could be in the schools like with PTA. It could be wherever the community is, because of the fact that we go to them. And it's very important for you to get in contact with the leader of the community. And we've developed a toolkit in terms of how the leaders can explain to the group that's coming, how can they pass bills in terms of by passing bills, by getting in contact. They can't pass it by getting in contact with the right people. We teach them how to get in contact with your congressman, how to present your issues, how certain bills need to be passed, and how there is money available for you to take your child. We want to eliminate the children from going to the ER. One of the things by you being at home now is that if you're in school, a lot of times the school teacher can notice that the child has a toothache, or they're being shy, or something is going on. And within the homes now, one of the problems that is going on with the virus, that maybe this is not being noticed. Not noticed that the child didn't tell you that they had a toothache, and you have all the children home now, and you didn't notice it until it was, now you really have pain, and now it's developed into something more seriously. And that's one of the things that we want to try to avoid.
For
Next
sure.
slide. Next slide. Um, One of the things with this that even though October is the month for where we would have um, the violence within the home, and that we're looking at it. And so it's Violence Prevention Initiative Month.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, we did it on Zoom so
Mm-hmm.
that we'll be able to get into the homes and get into the communities with it. A lot of times you don't think about that there is violence on the man as well as on the woman. And so you need to be able to recognize when
Mm-hmm.
you're communicating with the family, there's certain signs. We're trained to recognize certain
Mm-hmm.
actions or certain things that are going on because it's not always physical. It
Mm-hmm.
could
For
be
sure.
mental. And
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the things that we need to look at in
Mm-hmm.
terms of the preparation about mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if the mother or the father is so depressed that they're unable to take care of themselves, they're not
Mm-hmm.
going to be able to take care of their family.
For
And
sure.
a lot of things are swept under the rug, and you need to be able to pick up on that. And that's what we're trained to do. Not only when I'm saying pick up on it, you need to know the resources
Mm-hmm.
for that person to go to. I know
Mm-hmm.
that being a good listener and picking up on the clues. And then I had someone to tell me today, I got you. And
Yeah.
that made me feel so good. And can you imagine if you're able to sit down and speak with that family, speak with that person, and you can tell them that I got you. I'm going to be able to help you.
Mm-hmm.
And be able to do that, know your resources and know what to do. One of our outreach programs that we've been doing, because we worked with American Diabetes, March of Dimes,
Mm-hmm.
uh, AARP.
Mm-hmm.
One of the other things that we've been doing that I've been kind of proud of is working with the barbershops and the beauty shops. Because the men are going to the barbershops where we train the owners how to do blood pressures, how to do temperatures, because they're going to be listening to the client as they're cutting
Mm-hmm.
their hair or doing their
For
hair,
sure.
and
Yeah.
that they will, working closely with us, they can just give us a call or be able to refer them, and that way that we'll be able to reach them. Most of the things are also, when we're talking about within the community, faith based. A lot of the African Americans, we've been having fairs at the churches. We've been having in the past where we had the fairs, like I said, at the churches, and that this has been a good way to reach out and to be able to get to the community.
Mm-hmm.
Next slide.
I think that is. Oh, well, I
Oh,
thank you,
that was the
Dorothy,
last one.
for.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, thank you, Dorothy, for a wonderful presentation. I learned a lot, and I'm sure all of those who are watching also learned a lot as well. Sounds like Black Nurses Association does some really, really important and very impactful work in the community. I myself have some questions for you.
Okay.
So, my first question is, why do you think there's a lack of knowledge around oral health implications of pregnancy? Like, why do you think people don't see the connection or don't see that it impacts them too?
Well, a lot of times when you're saying a lack of knowledge, sometimes it's not really that they don't have the knowledge, it's not connecting the dots.
Right.
Because it's like how I was saying in terms, well, you know that you have a toothache, you know that there's an infection going on there, but you're not connecting the dot, how that is going to affect you and the baby.
Right.
And you're not gonna, some people have a habit, just like how after the baby is born and you're feeding the baby and you put the spoon in your mouth and then you give it to the baby.
Right.
Well, if you have gingivitis or bacteria within your mouth, you just
Mm-hmm.
introduced it to the baby.
Right.
And you don't think about it.
Right. Yeah.
So that once we're there talking to you and showing you how this can affect you and your child, then you start connecting the dots and you start
Mm-hmm.
thinking, oh, yes. So that's why I mean that some of it is new knowledge, but some of it is just old knowledge that you're just putting things together. And that's
For
why those
sure.
pictures is so important. And
Mm-hmm.
so, oh, yes, I didn't think about that. So,
Right. Right. Yeah.
right, then you'll remember it.
Yeah, and 100%. That's so true. A lot of it is about just making those connections to yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess my next question is sort of tied to that. How can oral health practitioners use their knowledge of dental care as, I guess, as domestic violence prevention, like you were talking about? Because we know that domestic violence can take a huge toll on somebody's, mental health, physical
Mhm.
health, all these things, but also the oral health. And obviously, like domestic violence can cause pregnancy complications, but also oral health complications. So,
Yeah. Well, first of all, is to recognize that
hmm
this is going on.
hmm
And sometimes it's an urgency that you need an intervention. And
hmm
recognize again that mental health is associated with this. And
hmm
right now, as I was mentioning in terms of with the pandemic, that there is so much that is going on in terms of financially, in terms of emotionally, and that you have to be able to be a good listener, number one, and
Yeah, for
to be
sure.
able to pick up on the clues what's going on. And
hmm
since you have to be able to do this
hmm
over Zoom or over the phone, so you have to be very in tune to certain phrases or certain things that are
Right, right.
going on, and you have to be able to know where to go, who to go to, and where to send them. I mean, if it's
hmm
something that's urgent that has to be done like right now, then you need to know who to call, how to get that help to them.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
the main thing is the follow up.
hmm
You can't just identify that something is going on and just drop it and you don't follow up on it.
Right, right.
So you need to be, if it's the social worker or even if it's the police, that you have to be able to do the follow up and know the referrals and to tell them where to go and how to get there. Because a lot of them don't have the transportation or they don't have a means of getting out of the home or getting away from where the violence
hmm
is.
Yeah, 100%. That's so true. I think linking everyone that comes in contact with people to resources like that is always so helpful.
Mhm.
Yeah. So my next question is, how has the pandemic impacted your work and the ways in which you see folks navigating pregnancy and oral health related issues?
Well, one of the main things is that being able to get to the community
hmm
because of the fact that just like we're making this video now
Right.
for
Yeah.
to be able
Exactly.
to take a look at. And everyone, even the 3-year-olds, can go on YouTube now. I'm just amazed.
Yeah.
And so that they will be able to see this and have a way of going back and being able to play it and being able to know how to get the help that they need. Whereas before, I was able just to get a group of people and talk to them and interact with them, see them
Right.
face to face. And
hmm
so this makes it much harder, but it can be done because this is
hmm
why we have teledentistry, which
hmm
is very, very, I can emphasize how important the teledentistry is, and especially for places that's really remote. and that they're being able to use the dental hygienist. And one of the things that we're trying to get the bill passed for the dental therapist, where that we have an extra layer of professionals to be able to help. Like within the nursing field, you have like the nurse practitioner and you have the physician assistants. Well, these are the people in the dental industry that is going to be able to be that layer, because of the fact that we don't have enough dentists to go to all the remote areas. And we need those people in that area to be able to help. So we have to get this dental therapy out there where people feel comfortable and people know and aware of it. And so that's one of the things that we've really been pushing.
Yeah, that's really important. I hope that legislative effort sees success.
Yes.
Those are about all of the questions that I had for you. I learned a lot from your presentation, a lot from talking to you and asking you questions. I don't know, sorry, if there are questions in the audience or if there are folks that are watching that have any questions for Dorothy. All right, seeing that there are no questions, sounds like, Dorothy, you did such a great job that no one has any questions for you.
Well, one of the things I want to leave this thought is that I got you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, I need to put more positive energy out there.
Yes, yes,
of course. Well, thank you so much, Dorothy, for joining us today. Please, everyone, yes, of course. And everyone, please check out Black Nurses Association Greater Phoenix area. They do really, really important work, as you just heard. And we hope to see you in our next live stream, which will be on the 15th.